It's not a secret that Princess Zelda is a well of wisdom, because she knows all these hidden details and Easter eggs of echoes of wisdom that you didn't catch in her first solo adventure. Don't keep royally waiting and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications. Here you have 25 secrets of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom for Nintendo Switch. Zelda became the protagonist of Echoes of Wisdom by chance because, in the early stages of development, Link was set to be the main character again. These were the initial game tests, with Link summoning objects in the world of Link's Awakening. They also experimented with the Zelda Maker, allowing you to build your own dungeons, but the series producer, Eiji Aonuma, dismissed this idea. The codename Nintendo gave to Echoes of Wisdom was Edward, while Link's Awakening was called Richard. Very elegant names indeed. If you go to Soothorn Village, you can find Link's house in the upper left area. Inside, there's an owl statue that also appeared in the dungeons of Link's Awakening and gave hints about puzzles. Speaking of bird statues, in the Citadel, there's a weather vane that has appeared in numerous Zelda games, but in Echoes of Wisdom, there is a cave underneath it. In this game, it is explained why Link doesn't speak in The Legend of Zelda, or at least in this version. In short, when he was little, Link fell into one of the rifts. No one knows what happened to him down there, but when he returned, he never spoke again. In this Zelda game, River Zora and Sea Zora are mixed together, something that had never happened before. In the earlier Zelda games, you would typically find only River Zora, while in the 3D games, Sea Zora were more common. In Echoes of Wisdom, it's explicitly indicated for the first time that some Zora belong to rivers and others to the sea, and here they live together in harmony, more or less. With the cat clothes, Zelda can talk to these animals, and there's one that says something very strange. Beyond the way they speak, this cat mentions that mangoes are toxic to cats, a fruit that only grows in the Gerudo Desert. Interestingly, and according to ChatGPT, mangoes are not actually toxic to cats, although they might not be particularly fond of them. The Cuckoos return stronger than ever in Echoes of Wisdom, becoming the most violent enemies in the game if you mess with them. In Kakariko, there's a mission where Zelda must collect 5 cuckoos scattered around the village and put them in a pen. This mission is a reference to the cuckoo collection quest in Kakariko from Ocarina of Time. According to the notebook, the Lynel is the most powerful creature in Hyrule, but the truly invincible ones are the cuckoos. Too bad you can't create an echo of them, huh? If you press the R button while Zelda is moving, she'll speed up and do a spin. This move is the equivalent to the traditional rolls that Link does in the games and that speedrunners use to achieve the best times. It's also the same as the spin that Deku Link can perform in Majora's Mask, and it can be enhanced if Zelda wears the dancing outfit. There are over 150 echoes in total in Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, but one of them is very special. If Zelda replicates a sign, the message on it will change randomly. Sometimes it'll give you gameplay tips, and other times it'll display stupid things. Dampé is a character who has appeared in numerous Zelda games with different professions. He started out as a gravedigger in Ocarina of Time, after that as a ghost, then became a dungeon builder in Link's Awakening, and now he's an automation engineer. All his jobs involve manual labor, so we could say Dampé is an artisan by profession. If you complete the Eastern Hyrule Temple, a boss will appear who is a massive cloud with an eye. Smog, as he's known, first appeared in The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages for Game Boy, although over time, it seems he's somehow lost one of his eyes. On the pirate ship, there's also a boss that might seem familiar. It's an electric jellyfish that attacks with smaller jellyfish rotating around it, a reference to Baronade, the final boss of the Lord Jabu Jabu dungeon in Ocarina of Time. Amiibo figures can unlock additional content in Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, although you can also obtain similar items by playing normally. Ganon unlocks the black cat clothes, which allows Zelda to talk to cats. The Zelda Amiibo gives you a princess outfit in a bluish color, like Hilda's from Lorule, and Link's Amiibo gives you the hero's tunic in red, like he obtained in the Color Dungeon in Link's Awakening. In the castle's basement, you can find a statue of the goddess Hylia, just as it appeared in Skyward Sword, Breath of the Wild, or Tears of the Kingdom. Link's hood at the beginning of the game also comes from these recent titles, and Zelda keeps it to go unnoticed. Inside one of the houses in Hyrule Castletown, you can find a plush toy that true Zelda fans will recognize. This rabbit is a Pole's Voice, classic enemies whose peculiarity is that they die if they hear loud sounds. In Link's Awakening, for example, they were easily defeated when Link played the ocarina. I'll leave you the 25 secrets of the game here in case you missed them. If Zelda uses her ability to link to another object in the game, she'll assume a very specific pose. This is known as a T-pose, a basic way of representing 3D models of humanoid characters to manipulate them as needed. If you complete the Stamp Guy's rally, he'll reward you with a stamp suit, which doesn't serve any practical purpose, but looks pretty cool. After this, you can find Stamp Guy having a picnic in Kakariko, the place where he moves after fulfilling his dream of filling the world with stamps. If you zoom into the photos of his picnic, you'll see his dog wearing a little hat just like him. Tri is an entity that helps Zelda on her adventure, but what exactly is it? Its name comes from the Triforce, the prime energy mentioned in the game that the goddesses grant to the chosen ones. Tri and its friends are like personifications of parts of the Triforce's power. There's an echo that Nintendo included which can break your game, and they know it well because it appears as the first test object in the beta version of Echoes of Wisdom. The platbooms are platforms capable of floating in the air, stacking, attacking, and ascending, with multiple uses throughout the game. You can skip entire parts of dungeons by using them. They can replace any element used for ascending, and they can even elevate you so high by stacking that the game resets Zelda's location. These enemies first appeared in Link's Awakening for Switch and Game Boy, serving as an alternate version of the Thwomps from the Super Mario series. In Zelda's room in Hyrule Castle, you can find the echoes of Zelda's bed, which she can replicate anywhere to always sleep like at home and recover energy faster. If Zelda wears her cat clothes, she can talk to her pet, the dream of any cat owner. At the end of the adventure, Zelda decorates her room with a painting that contains Tri's scepter, a memento of her first solo adventure. If Zelda transforms into a swordswoman using Link's sword, a lively retro tune starts playing. If you pay attention, this music uses sounds reminiscent of the effects from the classic Zelda games on NES and Game Boy. On the embankment in front of the castle, after a small hill, there's nothing. But this was the location of Link's house in games like A Link to the Past or A Link Between Worlds. Hyrule and Zelda Echoes of Wisdom is a blend of many Zelda games, but is mainly based on A Link to the Past. In fact, the layout of the paths and mountains is practically identical in Echoes of Wisdom, with some expansion at the edges to make the world larger. The Ganon you see in this game is also based on his pig form that has appeared in A Link to the Past. By completing the Great Fairy's quest, she rewards you with a Might Bell. This item helps you detect Might Crystals as you wander through Hyrule. It's inspired by an item from Link's Awakening called the Seashell Sensor, which had the same function but was used to detect seashells. In the final stretch of Echoes of Wisdom, the Eternal Forest leads you to the Great Deku Tree. This character has appeared in many Zelda games, but in this game, he plays his most important role as the Guardian of the Triforce. His design in Echoes of Wisdom is based on his appearance in Ocarina of Time. He is not the only one. Volvagia, the Dekus, and Lord Jabu Jabu's design come from Ocarina of Time too. During Zelda's visit to Eldin Volcano, the Gorons will assign her the mission of obtaining rock roast. This rock-based food first appeared in Breath of the Wild and was also used as a form of currency among the Gorons. Echoes of Wisdom compiles versions of many popular songs from the Legend of Zelda series, such as the horse race theme from Lon Lon Ranch, the Deku Palace theme from Majora's Mask, and for the first time, Zelda's Lullaby serves as the game's overworld theme. Zelda Echoes of Wisdom is the first game in the Zelda series in over 35 years to be entirely directed by a woman.
You're safe.
Until now, leadership had passed through names like Hidemaru Fujibayashi or Eiji Aonuma. Tomomi Samo from Nintendo supervised the Echoes of Wisdom project and made the tough decisions during development. If you want to be a source of Zelda wisdom, don't miss our other videos of 25 secrets of the saga that I've left for you here. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the upcoming ones. Thanks for watching. See you next time!